How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Mike here. This is my oasis where I get in front of a camera and talk to you about whatever I want. Today I'm going to talk to you or tell you the story of how I sold my house recently off market. I'm making this video one as a review of a really dope company, but also for anyone out there who is perhaps thinking about selling their home, understand that you have options. Earlier this year, as a matter of fact, if you've been paying attention for the last 2 years, you understand that the real estate market is just off the charts. Myself and my wife, we bought our first house a few years ago. So our plan when we bought the house was to buy it, fix it up, add value, and then when we move out, the house was to become a rental property. That was still the goal until a few months ago. When we noticed the real estate market is picking up, the first thing I thought about as an investor is, okay, how do we multiply our assets? So for example, if you do real estate investing, for me, I do what's called buy and hold. I get single family or multifamily rental properties and get some passive income through it. The goal was always multiply. So we use one asset to buy another, And so the plan for this house was we were going to fix it up, like I said, and then when we move out, we rent it out and hopefully it gains more value. We grow in equity and we get the passive income from it. And I was thinking about that until I started to just see how crazy the market was going. So like anybody else, I was just curious. I said, you know what, let me see what someone is willing to pay us for this house. I talked to a realtor friend, and the first thing we did actually was we had a rental property that was maybe 20 minutes away from our primary home. That property was also a single family. Luckily enough, we bought it in a really good neighborhood where it's just hot and booming in Atlanta. We said, you know what, let's try that property first. So we decided to get an appraisal on that property, and boom, it hit the mark. I spoke to my wife. I'm like, hey, this could be a great opportunity to sell this property, use the net profit to get something bigger. Now, thinking about my lifestyle, I go in and out of town a lot for work, and if you're thinking about selling your house, it's work. You have to hire a realtor, you have to prepare the house for viewing, you have to be in and out. If somebody schedules that they want to see the house, you have to be able to accommodate that. So for me, I couldn't do that because half the time I'm not even home. I asked my realtor, I'm like, hey, are there other opportunities for me to be able to sell this house? And so she said, why don't you check out companies like OfferPad and OpenDoor? Honestly, until this point, I never really heard about these companies. Now, I may have read about them, but I didn't know what they were. OfferPad, OpenDoor, these are companies who will buy your house. They buy a ton of houses. They make you an offer for your house, and if you accept, you get under contract and boom, 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 you sell. And that's exactly what I did. Now, before I continue this story, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far, and make sure you subscribe if this is your first time. If you want to hear more stories like this, do me that favor. I'll greatly appreciate it. So let's jump into it. So I decided to try out OpenDoor. Full disclaimer, OpenDoor did not sponsor this video, although you can sponsor future videos. This is an honest review of my experience, and it was a great one. And so I really wanted to give them a shout out and also open the door for anyone who is perhaps looking to take on this opportunity. So the way OpenDoor works, you go to their website, you have a button there that says if you want to sell your house, and you type in your address, you type in basic information about the property, and they will make you an initial offer based on the simple information that you put in. And that's exactly what happened. I had a number in mind that I was willing to sell my house, right? Now, remember, I really had no intention of selling. I just was curious what someone was willing to pay me for it. So I had a number in mind, and sure enough, when I filled out the survey, they gave me an offer. And that offer was more than the number that I had in mind. So that really got me curious. Once you get an offer from the website or the app, then the next step is if you agree or if you would like to move forward, then you schedule an inspection. Now, let me tell you how that works. I accepted to move forward, and the inspection, this is what happens. You do like a video tour of your house. So I scheduled a time where I got in front of a camera. I spoke to someone from OpenDoor. They usually will assign somebody to your case, and then they'll help you through the entire process. So on this day, I got an interview with the person. I showed them around the house, mainly the interior of the house. And they said, okay, And then the next step was they scheduled for somebody else to come actually inspect the house in person. Now here's the best part about OpenDoor. The inspection is very minimal. As a matter of fact, it feels like nothing compared to an actual inspection. Whenever you're selling or buying a house, you do a thorough inspection. You check the foundation, you check your pipes, you check everything. For OpenDoor, they just sent someone and they mainly checked out the exterior of the house. And I was like, wait, they're not gonna come inside and check out everything on the inside? They were like, no, we just need someone to check out the outside and then we'll make you a real offer. After both inspections got done, again, the video tour and then someone come in to check out the outside, about 48 hours later, I got a real offer on the house. And guys, it was even more than the offer that they gave me initially. Now, for you, this might go both ways. Depending on what they find, they can offer you more or they can offer you less. For me, I was sold at that point because this was at least $20,000, $30,000 over the number that I had in mind. Once they make you an offer, here's another thing that you need to understand is that OpenDoor does have a fee. They would also take some money out for fixing some type of renovation. If they see that, you know, say for example, you have broken windows, some stuff needs to be done just to make the house look better, they will take it out. But what I love about that is they are very transparent about what money is being taken out as fees and what money is being used for renovation. For us, they took out fees and then they took out another $4,000 or $5,000 to renovate. Now, if you compare that to selling your house in the open market, whenever you're selling a property, always calculate about 6% as costs. So if you sell a house for $100,000, understand that 6% of that, $6,000, is what is going to cost you as just the cost of that transaction. And when I calculated the cost for selling my house to OpenDoor, it came up to about 7%. Now, some people may bark at that, but for me, the numbers just worked out perfectly because initially they'd already offered me way more than I thought the house was worth. And even after they take out the 7%, I was still walking away with a good amount of profit. So at that point, they made me the offer. I was like, boom, let's do it. You sign a contract. Another great thing about OpenDoor is they let you choose your closing date. This worked out perfectly again because of my lifestyle where I'm in and out of town. Here's another dilemma that we had. It's great if you sell your house in this market, but also remembering that you also have to buy a house. We ran into that dilemma. We were like, okay, we've sold our house. Now we have to find another house to buy. Because of that, I was able to schedule the closing date to a much further future date. So I think we scheduled for about 60 days out. And also another great feature with OpenDoor is that if you decide to stay longer than your grace period, and grace period is I think 30 to 90 days. If you decide to stay longer than that, you then go into like a rent back situation or lease back situation where you can stay in your house longer, but they'll charge you $72 a day after the grace period. For us, it worked out perfectly where we were able to find another house and close on the second house without going past the grace period. So we just extended our stay. We sold the house, we chose a closing date, and guys, closing date was like, I just went there, signed all the document, and boom, wire transfer, boom, 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 just like that. And once you close on the house, you've gotten your check, then you move out. And what you do is you take pictures of everything. There's instructions, or there are instructions on the app where you take pictures of the entire house, exterior and interior, and then you submit it. So that's proof that you've taken all your crap out of the house and you've officially moved out, and boom, you're done. That's how it works. It was such a smooth experience that, again, I wanted to make a video, just want to give them a shout out. And the fact that they offered me a real competitive offer, to me, that blew everything out of the water. So without having to deal with the stress of putting my house on the market, it's like selling your house off market and still being able to get a great offer for it. And that was the case for us. So not only did we sell our primary home to OpenDoor, we also sold one of our rental properties also to OpenDoor. And again, both smooth sale. But here's the interesting part. Before we moved forward with OpenDoor, we actually tried OfferPad first. The experience with OfferPad complete opposite from OpenDoor. So I'll make another video talking about OfferPad and actually comparing the two. That way, if you're considering either options, you know what you're going to get. And this is how I sold my house to OpenDoor, free and clear. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want a link to OpenDoor, is right below. And like I said, there's no sponsorship or any type of affiliate with OpenDoor. I just wanted to give an honest review about my experience, and I hope that helps you out. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.